Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video I just wanted to share with you guys, in case you didn't know, I am a Whovian thoroughbred. I have spent a lot of years loving Doctor Who, at least the last, going back to 2005, over a decade now. Officially speaking, it's something that goes back to my childhood. I've touched upon time and time again in videos across my main and secondary channels, talking about my remembrances of experiencing the Fourth Doctor in reruns as a kid with my mother and not really knowing what it was at the time. And when Series 1 of the modern series came about in 2005 on the US Sci-Fi Channel, it felt so familiar to me and immediately drew me in, and I haven't looked back. You know, I love Doctor Who in all of its incarnations, from the classic series to the modern, the audios, what audios I've been able to experience through the kind generosity of some friends that I've made online through it, who have sent me audio CDs and everything like that. And I could not be more stoked for something that is going to be coming back in Series 10. Now, unfortunately, let me preface this by saying I'm really sad to be seeing Peter Capaldi going. I love the 12th Doctor. I love his portrayal. I think he's just an astounding human being. To see all the times when they're filming and, you know, a crowd is gathered and he goes out and he communicates and very warmly is receptive to the crowd. He signs autographs. He gets pictures taken with them. This guy, he's not only the Doctor as far as playing the role, but he is a great ambassador for the series. And it's just a shame that he's going away. There has been some rumor, discussion, and talk and speculation that he might have been forced out of the role. It might have been of his own choosing, that he didn't think he could keep up with the pace of it for too much longer and go out gracefully, that kind of thing. Whatever this scenario is on all of that, I don't know. I'm not somebody on the inside who could answer to that. All I know is, as a fan, as a lover of all the eras of Doctor Who, and a very much big-time fanboy of his particular Doctor, I am so sad to see him go. But at least we have an entire series and a Christmas special to round it all out, you know, before we even get there. And before we get too far ahead of ourselves, the reason for this video: the Cybermen are back. And we're not just talking any Cybermen, the ones that really have my juices flowing, my excitement going through the roof, thanks to my good friend on YouTube, Dr. Freedom, for posting a video that I caught earlier this morning, last night, kind of, you know, the wee hours of the morning. Was I brought to the awareness of the fact that the original Mondasian Cybermen, the ones arguably responsible for knocking off the First Doctor, for bringing about his initial rejuvenation, what we would later call regeneration, into the Second Doctor, William Hartnell transferring into Patrick Troughton, the original Mondasian Cybermen. We're talking these really freaky looking, like, cloth mesh face apparatuses with actual flesh and blood underneath them, mixed with, you know, sort of metallic and computerized components and all these things. There's something uber freaky about this particular kind of Cyberman. If you've ever looked at pictures of them, especially the old black and white ones, they just are bone-chilling to me. There are people this day and age who say they look ridiculous. They look garbage. They look like, you know, poor cosplay for the budgetary constraints they had back in the day in the 60s when these characters first appeared. But I would argue they actually look pretty freaking scary, you know. They freak me out. And I love that we're going to be seeing them back. But that's not even all. I mean, that's the brunt of it. That's the selling point of my making this video. But we're going to see a whole tier of different generational versions of the Cybermen, kind of like what they were supposed to be doing with you know, the Daleks, where we saw multi-generational Daleks going back to the original series versions, the classic series, in various estimations, and you know, special weapons Dalek and everything like that, all the way up to the modern series, and we've gotten that in bits and bobs. But this looks like it's going to be the full force thing, where we're going to have the Mondasian Cybermen, we're going to have the Cybermen, we're going to have, you know, sort of the late classic series ones, although I haven't seen any pictures of them, but Dr. Freedom discusses in his video talking about it, that some people report that they have seen them, as well as the more modern incarnation in the past few series, going back to Matt Smith and everything. And I couldn't be more effing stoked. The Mondasian Cybermen especially. I hope we see them a lot. There is a publicity photo, you know, it's an official announcement, shouldn't be too spoilery because they did officially announce it, of Capaldi, the 12th Doctor, confronting this particular version of the Cybermen, and it just gave me chills. It gave me goosebumps, and my mouth was salivating. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. You know, like, I'm so stoked. I couldn't be more stoked for this, you know. And I really hope they are the ones we are seeing the most. You know, I don't know, because there is some level of, I guess you could say, getting a little bit into spoilery, you know, territory. During the filming, there are people being seen that are being led away as though they're off to be converted and that kind of thing, like is typical of the Cybermen to do. And so I don't know if it's like a clash of all the mixtures of Cybermen trying to hybridize and make some uber Cyberman thing. I don't know exactly. Are they all factions that are warring with each other? You know, it'll remain to be seen, but it is goosebumps. Simply goosebumps to know that this is something that's actually happening, and it's happening in the modern series, and it's going to be happening toward the end of the 12th Doctor's run. And for the man himself, for Capaldi to be such a lifelong fan of Doctor Who, I mean, I can only imagine he's bouncing off the walls as much as any fanboy of Doctor Who would be, if not more so, because he's actually getting to interact with them and getting to play in that sandbox, and couldn't be more stoked. So, I mean, if you haven't heard about it, this is putting that out there, trying to bring it to your awareness. If you had, you know, already heard about it, let me know in the comments below. Are you as stoked as I am? Because I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm like, oh, hell yes. I was already chomping at the bit for Series 10, but now I'm that much more so. We got the Ice Warriors, too, coming back and everything like that. It's a good time to be a Whovian. It's just going to be bittersweet by the end because, you know, Capaldi's going to be ending his run. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with, like, Bill, you know, the new companion that we have yet to really get to know, you know, played by Pearl Mackie and everything. It's her first run, so will she continue on? Will it be a clean break by the end, and we're going to be starting wholly anew with, you know, Chris Chibnall, who I think is the new showrunner taking over from Moffat, who's also leaving. I don't know. It remains to be seen, but discuss in the comments below what you think of all of this stuff, because I'm just so stoked. And, yeah, otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. With this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.